Hey guys, we're back with the letter. We're on Ashton's out right now, I think. It's been 2 days. Oh, we have 100% of the backgrounds in chapter 4. We're just that good. We haven't seen all the backgrounds. It's kind of weird. Huh. Oh, right. In Isabella's, you can go see, like, the Prius, dude. I don't know about Zachary. What haven't we done in Zachary's job? Huh. I don't know about Rebecca either. 60% of all the CGs. Yeah, we're missing a lot from Luke's route. A lot. Oh, true ending stuff's probably in there too, which is why. Okay, that makes sense. And we've seen everyone. Wait, we haven't seen Ashton's death, I think. We have. I don't remember how he dies. It's from when you like shoot Luke though, so I assume he shoots you back. Or whatever happened there, I forget. Individual good. Yeah. Okay, stop looking at stuff now. Anyway. We're on the Everybody Lives route. Right, and Rebecca's like, yo. I love you. And I was like, see ya in chemistry. Everybody loves Drake and Josh references. They always work. So yeah. This could be the finale of Ashton's Route if it converges enough with like you know. This is what the fondness is. Why for her weighs heavier than any feeling of nostalgia can carry.
Since that time in secondary, since I made that promise to never leave.
Oh, the childhood promise!
I've always truly loved you.
Well, yeah, but Rebecca, you're kind of a pretty not cool. Afterwards, there's relief. A weight suddenly being lifted from her shoulders after so long. She closes her eyes and lets out a breath. She looks back to me, though. There's nothing but hope in them. Eyes that are searching for an answer. Facing the sincerity behind her words, I find myself grasping, scrambling for the words. Because as much as this pains me to admit, can't give her the same affection she's asking for me. Okay, thank God, Ashton. You chose wisely. Might have spent so many years alongside each other. Heck, we practically grew up together. That never automatically means I'll ever hold for the feelings that goes beyond the boundaries of friendship. I do appreciate her presence in my life. More than glad that she's stuck with me, even through the toughest moments. Even when she finds me difficult or aggravating. However, it's really all there is to it. She's a close, important friend to me, but nothing more.
Rebecca,
I draw on a breath, ragged, unsure. Uncertain how and which words to put together, so it'll hurt her less. So the wounds they might leave won't be a deeper scar. Though before I can even string two faces together, she lifts a hand to my mouth and silences me. Smiles on her face, kinder than every single one I've seen from her so far. It's nice to see it on her. Suits her more than the glares or the frowns. But at the same time, it only serves to baffle me. No voice acting? Nope. You don't have to answer me.
But you should... I should...
No, I mean, you don't need to.
Okay, now I'm really confused. One moment you're saying you've been in love with me since secondary, now you're telling me to shut up?
Do you have to capitalize secondary?
If you want to interpret it like that, alright.
No, really. Some explanation would be nice, Becca. Because a lot of things are going on right now, and I'm afraid I can't catch up. Especially with this curveball you just threw.
It means what it means, Ashton. You don't need to answer me. I don't really need to hear it anymore. It's not that I don't want to. Believe me, if I were the same person I was before this whole thing happened to us, I'd be elated. Excited even. But like I said, I also realized some things. Understood myself more. Ash, I did love you.
I got an achievement. Change of heart.
Ever since we were kids, all those times you defended me from bullies. I don't think that's going to change anytime soon. But
oh, oops.
At the end of the day, once you take a closer look at everything, it also turned me into a
What?
really
She's self-aware?
person. When you think about it, Maybe the Ashton I loved isn't the one standing in front of me right now.
Am I getting dumped?
Maybe
Wait.
all this time, I'm still clinging on to that aloof kid I met 17 years ago. I didn't even consider that you have a mind of your own. That one day, it won't just be the two of us. That you'll find someone else then. And it won't be me.
I'm sorry, Becca.
Not even sure what I'm apologizing for. That I can't return her feelings? Or because I'm somehow holding myself responsible for this, even if up until now I have no idea how she felt. Regardless, she continues to smile through all of it.
It's not your fault. Don't say that. I'm the one who should apologize. Since I suddenly sprung this up on you when you have other things to do.
Right, I gotta go kill some ghosts.
I just thought I should let you know. So I can finally let this whole thing go. One question though. Are you going to tell her?
Tell what to who?
I pause, frowning. A brief moment of doubt, while I try to figure out what she's talking about all of a sudden. When it finally sinks in though, my bewilderment hastily gives way to utter embarrassment.
Oh.
Oh!
Oh, shit.
Heat abruptly curls up my face, no matter my efforts to keep it down. I think you mean stuff, or, you know, any other word that starts with S, really? Like, it doesn't even have to start with S. In the end, I can only look away from her, afraid of what she'll see in it.
Did you really think no one would notice?
Was it that obvious?
What are they talking about? I have no idea.
It was surprisingly easy to tell. But that was probably because I've known you longer than anyone.
Fuck, who else knows?
I think Zach suspects.
Shit.
You're embarrassingly lame when you're trying too hard. It's almost painful to watch. Don't worry. With your terrible way of flirting, and knowing her, I'm quite sure Belle has no idea, even now. Not even a clue.
What Ashton likes is a what?
Harsh, Rebecca. Really harsh. I could use a vote of confidence, you know.
She laughs loud, hand that's free of any burden, ringing above the. What's with that look on her face? She's about to like stab me in the back? Above the wind slowly picking up as the storm cloud approaches. With it, however, the awkward atmosphere lifts at last. There's only the camaraderie we've shared since meeting in that classroom 17 years ago.
I'm serious, though. Tell her. And if you ever make her cry, I'll hit you with every damn history book I have on my shelf. Clear?
She's good at that. Don't test her.
Noted, ma'am.
Anyway, thanks for hearing me out. I won't keep you long. I know you have things to do. Just promise me you'll be careful, alright?
She doesn't wait for an answer. Instead, she gives me a push, with the force only heavy enough to throw me off balance. Caught unawares by the gesture for a few moments, a bite repurchased against my car's trunk, bracing my hand on its smooth surface. When I look up, with a string of reprimands ready at the tip of my tongue, Rebecca's already halfway through the parking lot. Okay, I assume nothing's stopping me from going ghost hunting now. Yeah. She only wanted him to know. There's a small skip in her step. When the breeze carries the light tune she's whistling. On a whim, I let its notes be the last thing I commit to memory before slipping inside my car and driving off. Okay, Shirley. Let's go kill some ghosts. Sounds like a new beginning, more than anything. Another reason to be optimistic. Story updated. Where are we now? We converged? We converged? We converged! We can skip! Oh, I can't. But we've already done this. Oh, this is this the part? No, this isn't the part where I reloaded. Okay. Okay, I can't skip this. One last war. The sky is open in earnest. Oh, okay. November 1st, Tuesday. Okay.
And what about his wife?
Okay, so we met up with Marianne. Okay. Okay, and that's just probably because Hannah's still alive. Strikes a chord. Oh, we did kinda go the Marianne Anna route? Like, not really, but kinda.
In the end, your own incompetence will eventually lead to the deaths of everyone you care about.
Alright, that's the icon. Yeah, we found Marianne. Oh yeah, well, like, you know, last time they were all dead, which kind of, you know. Raising my hand and something grabs at my wrist.
Don't listen to it!
Yeah, Marianne, thanks. And people waiting for me. Oh yeah, last time we, you know, kind of didn't. You know, the whole
Tell my friends
everybody
what
was
might have
dead.
happened here. They're at the crawl. You know the place, right?
Yeah, she's an alcoholic. She knows the place. It looks like we converged a lot, so this could be the finale. Of Ashton's route, not Luke's route. Because I doubt there will be any, well, a lot, if any, convergence there. I have to be careful not to make any noise or be seen. Because, you know, the whole Hannah being alive and not a ghost thing. Maybe the wife? One can't really tell if it's her, the way the walls echo her voice. Nevertheless, it pushes me to move. Taking almost 2 steps at a time, despite the sickening feeling that something's lurking me in every... that was my phone. Oh, have we converged? Did we go... Oh, no, we went the upper path. Okay. Okay, so this is all new from here, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like we won't converge again. At least until the very end. Let's find it. Where are we? There. I see the red. The momentum alone sends me reeling forward. Is this... Oh yeah, this is when he gets attacked by, I assume, Johannes. Barely even registers in my head that the woman's got and the room's as normal as it can be. And above this pain, something shooting up my side when I hit the floor. I don't even get the chance to get my bearings back, when a hard enough blow to the stomach causing me to buckle down and land heavily on my knees. I think he hit him in the head last time. Gasping, I fumble wildly for my gun. Though before I'm able to turn, level, and shoot, a hand grabs my wrist and twists it. Hard. I gasp. A grunt. A cry of pain. Ah! Slips past my mouth. The gun falls to the floor with a thunk. As soon as it lands, a foot kicks it out of my reach and it slides uselessly under the bed. Agony suddenly explodes my chin, jerking loose a sharp cry of pain, and stars fill the edges of my vision. A brief moment of regret hits me, relieving my taser with Macola, when a piece of cloth closes around my neck. Without warning, my attacker pulls. Tight. Left gasping, choking, and clawing. How do I make claw sound effects? I don't know if you can hear. Blindly reaching behind me, still trying to fight him off and loosen the pressure on my neck. Except for any sort of movement only causes him to pull it taut.
My, so many rats scurrying about in this mansion lately.
Who could it be? It could be literally anyone. Oh, it's Wright's butler. Whoops.
Tell me, what did you do with the madam?
Is Hannah missing in this route too? I have no idea what he's talking about. Something happened to Hannah, right? Shouldn't she be like alive?
Asshole. Now, Doomkopf, you're in no position to be rude. Last time I checked, I'm not the one breaking into other people's homes.
Well, I don't know what you do with your spare time.
Now answer my question. What did you do with the madam?
The pain rings in resonance through my already sore body. Still, I managed to write it out and spit a mutinous.
Keep that dirty mouth babbling and you're getting a knife in the kidney.
He's not joking, he'll do it.
I assure you, it will be more painful than this.
He really doesn't need to turn to me by now. It's all too much to bear at this point. My lungs feel like they're burning with the lack of air. Dark spots begin to fill the edges of my vision. Ever so slowly, the world dims around me. My consciousness rapidly slips away from me. Without meaning to.
Get away from him!
Isabella! You're not supposed to be at the mansion. Hearing that voice, it's as if I've been doused with a bucket full of ice. Cold water. Familiar. Too familiar. More importantly, shouldn't be here. I shouldn't be hearing it here. She shouldn't be here. Immediately, my eyes snap open. Oh! She's got the rolling pin! Oh! Right there, right of the attic doorway, stands Isabella of all people. I assume she met up with Mary and was like, yo, give me the taser. Rolling pin on one hand and a standard issue police taser on the other. My taser. She must have borrowed it from Macola. Where else could she have gotten one? Not she's ever used one, even. Heck, the way she holds it right now, the guy could easily disarm her in one hit. I mean, she could just pull it. There's something in her. In her eyes. Although there's a look of fear in them and her hand shakes, she keeps the weapon trained and pointed at Scumbag's lackey. Untrained or not, she does not plan to leave here without putting up a fight, it seems. Admirable, really. But it's not something we need right now. I need her to be away from here. I need her safe. But the chances of that happening grow slim with every laughter that slips from him.
Oh, this is just getting better and better. The Bratwurst won't be pleased with the number of bodies we have to dispose of today, you know. Tell me, how many of you are there? So I can prepare the proper number of bags.
Well, hold on, let me count. 1, we don't have to count Hannah. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of us. We live this time. Dang it! What the heck is going on? Why is she here in the first place? Did she follow after me? Who else came with her? Zach? Rebecca? Story updated! Are they all here? Story updated. Panic surges within me. She knows how bad the situation is, but did she really have to run in here and expose herself like that? Does she even know how to use a taser? For freak's sake, more than worrying about for my life, it's her I'm concerned about. Getting strangled, dying by choking isn't part of the plan, but her following me here isn't either. This is why I prefer to do things alone. This is why I'd rather be the only one to take the consequences. I don't even want to think what this guy might do to her after he's done with me. When my voice comes off near the croak, I try to tell her as much. Just to leave. Stay far away from me and these people.
Don't! Damn it, Isabella! Get out of here!
Another bout of pain erupts in my side, cutting off my words. A cry of agony bursts from my mouth. Like, can't you just shoot it? Like, it's like a ranged. It's not like a melee taser. It's a ranged weapon. So I mean, I assume so. I know those exist. I can taste blood in my tongue as I heave, tempting to get in as much air despite the towel still coiled around my neck.
Ash?
You're going to lose air quickly that way, Dummkopf.
Like,
better keep it shut.
Look, Johannes, this is when you like raise your hands above your head. She has her rolling pin.
Ow! Val!
Don't be stupid! I'm not leaving you here!
He laughs. Too cruel. Too unforgiving. The way each note beats against my ears, it's better than warmth in them. Like, he's just gonna keep choking him. Like, he's like not even afraid. Like, just a taser. Like, you know, he's clearly. She can easily shoot him in like the face with it. I mean, I assume that works. This is a man whose hands have already been stained with blood before. Although, like, she couldn't miss. I don't know. Do tasers have more than one tase? You won't hesitate.
I'd follow his advice if I were you, little girl. What could you possibly do with a toy?
It's a taser.
Just hand it over and be on your way. It'll probably be too difficult for a little girl like you to use.
There's a moment of silence. Freak, I can barely keep my eyes open. But in the next second, though, I still don't exactly understand what's going on. Isabella shouts. Not a cry of pain. Late bloomer. Not a yell of panic. The one that's resolute. The icon was... It looked like a gun, but I guess it's the taser and a rolling pin. Firm. Perhaps in tone that's leagues fiercer than anything I've ever heard from her before.
Try me! Ashton, duck!
I do. More out of instinct and desire to survive, closing my eyes before my mind can fully process what's going on. It all happens in a blur. The telltale sound of a taser being discharged resounds through the room. The air crackles. Something whizzes by, almost too close to my ear, followed by the thud of something blunt connecting solidly with another object. Next thing I know, the towel strangling me has started to loosen. I collapsed on the floor, dazed and gasping for air. Well, at least we don't have that one, you know, torture scene. That's cool. Don't have to deal with that this time, Ashton. You have friends. Just when he's about to lose consciousness, a familiar voice rings in the room, and I collapse on the floor, dazed and gasping for air. From my peripheral, through the haze of blood rushing and sound slowly filtering back, the butler buckles. He spasms once. Then, without much fuss, falls face first beside me, knocked unconscious by 50,000 volts of electricity, that freaking rolling pin. Wait, did she use the rolling pin? He'll be out for a while. I have no idea whether I should laugh or cry at that. That's thunder from in-game, right? Because it was raining and storming a little earlier today. Somewhere in front of me, my oxygen-deprived brain vaguely registers Isabella's form. She slumps on the floor, also breathing heavily. Right next to her trembling hands, both the taser and the rolling pin lying useless and forgotten, while the mood in the room eases. A long gradual process of the tension lifting. For countless seconds we remain quiet, with only our shout or short gasps and sighs to fill the silence, allowing the adrenaline to ebb away, both our breathing to slow. Not a true repose by any means, but simply a brief respite. There's still the curse. We're still inside the mansion. imminent danger. You still have no idea how to fix this. Outside, the rain seems to only intensify. Lightning flashes fleetingly somewhere. Wide and piercing in the sky rumbles. No rest for the wicked. I stir first, once recovered, having regained some semblance of sense and strength. Breathing still hurts, but it's bearable. How long until, like, Johannes regains consciousness? Like, how long did tasers last? Like, well, also the rolling pin, which she apparently used. But I mean, well, I don't know how long tasers last, but I know if you, like, get hit over the head with something and stay unconscious for more than, like, 5 minutes, you're gonna have, like, severe brain damage. Probably. Breathing still hurts, but it's bearable, as is moving. Although every small motion causes a wince, there will be bruising tomorrow, I can imagine. Retrieving my gun from under the bed is easy. But only with some effort, I'm able to drag an unconscious man to the far end of the room, snapping one end of a handcuff on his wrist, while fastening the other on the bed frame. That should keep him restrained for a few hours, in case he wakes up prematurely. All through this, Isabella stays quiet. In fact, she hasn't moved since. Her hands still shake, and taking in long draws of breath while she stares vacantly in front of her, almost as if she's in shock. Perhaps she isn't even expecting any result, spurred only by some kind of desperation. Now it's sinking in. Fortunately, we need to get moving. We don't have time to wait for everything to register in our heads. Kneeling in front of her, I give her a light shake.
Belle, we need to go. You can't stay here.
Slowly, she turns, staring at me with wide eyes. Worry flickers briefly in them, along with something ineffable. Then, without warning, she lifts a hand. It slaps me right across the... I mean, that's kind of uncalled for. I mean... right across the face. The sound of it cracks the air, shattering the silence like a fragile glass breaking. Despite the familiar rumble of thunder outside, it manages to ring louder above the storm. I don't even know what hit me, till my head has already snapped back and my cheek stings with her anger. And it is anger. In spite of the stillness and the lack of words afterwards, not fuming though, never fuming, the kind that burns lightly and soundlessly. Like, isn't there like a ghost here? Like, we're playing, like, you know, this song, so, like, you know, we just have a nice day in the attic of a haunted mansion. Yeah? Okay. One that ebbs just as quickly as it flows. Once the tide subsides, there's only that gleam in her eyes, warm, steadfast, and unflinching. Quietly, I brace myself for the truth underneath that gaze. She slips from her lips, softly, nearly fading under the sound of the rain still falling past, not for the weight in each of her words.
What is wrong with you?
Belle.
If Zach didn't slip up, no one would have known where you went.
Belle, one person knowing is enough. Any more than that, and...
You almost died. He could have suffocated you right then and there, and you could have died.
No, he would have taken me to his torture room / study.
I told Zach to give me 4 hours. That would have been enough time to...
It would have been too late. And by the time anyone ever finds out, you're already fertilizer.
Wouldn't it be like compost, actually? She trails off, drags one in breath after another. A brief lull as her frustration finally gives in, dissolves into something more pensive and somber. Her shoulders droop, and though her voice rises hoarse and weary, in the next words there's only certainty.
You count too, you know. When I said, that night when I told you, I don't want to lose anyone anymore, that includes you. Alive. We're still here, Ash. You have us.
And once their meaning fall, roar, it is so not with force of a dam breaking or a raging storm, but with a gentle, steady warmth of a heart burning, an ember easing slowly, lightly, rising and giving, till all that's left is a truth, an understanding. Not alone. Never alone. Oh yeah, don't go back, don't think about that other ending though, that's not true for that one. I'm hungry. It lingers, even as we both drift back into silence and her words take root, because in the gratitude that swells after is another warmth blooming. Pleasant, welcoming, like finding home, like finding ourselves in the haze of squall is left, creating something fragile, yet immutable in both of us. I'm hungry, my stomach just growled again. It's in her eyes, the way she holds my gaze unwavering, the way she carries herself despite sitting amidst the place she fears. The way she keeps herself from trembling and falling apart, because fear is inconsequential when people she cares about are at risk. A change. She realizes that now, holds on to it. Another little thing, another small thing from her that may go unnoticed and pass by quietly, will eventually amount to a lot of things. Tiny gestures that mean nothing at first, but began to matter to me one day until... Oh. Are we gonna have the confession scene in the attic? Like, I mean, is that necessary? What is this? That's probably Isabella shows up. Maybe Rebecca or Zachary could show up in that one. I don't know. Small smile slips from my lips as the same warmth from earlier unfurls in my chest. Unhurried, familiar, and bright from all these years I've carried it, but I've never given the words for it.
Stop smiling like that, Ashton. I'm not done scolding you.
But this time they come easy.
I heard all of it. Don't worry.
Are you really okay? That guy hit you a little too hard on the head. Here, let me...
Reaching wrist as she extends a hand towards my face, catching her wrist in a light grip, drawing it closer, folding her hand in between mine. Though her expression does shift into mild confusion, she does not pull away like I'm expecting. She simply stares at me, searching. For her to allow a gesture from me that's perhaps too close, tells a lot how far things have already shifted in the past few years. Cradled in mine, her hand still trembles. Most of the tremors have already subsided by now, though I doubt it will fade away this soon. Even as I trace the lines of her palm, what I hope is a comforting gesture.
I'm sorry, Belle.
For what? Is this about what happened tonight? You
How
can
did they-
apologize later.
No, I'm not gonna make that joke. It's
No,
too easy.
Well, this too, but it's not just about this. It's for a lot of things. For calling you clumsy and careless and a scatterbrain.
But those are all true.
Are you sure this isn't a concussion?
You would think that, wouldn't you?
Well, you don't usually apologize.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry about that too. For all the times I've teased you and made you cry.
Unexpectedly, her fingers tighten around mine. Her hands falling between us as something tender shifts in the air. Another exhale. Another drawn breath eases out of mine. Out of me. Filled with every hesitation and uncertainties. When I finally choose to break the silence, it's only when I know that what will slip past my mouth is the one truth I will hold against the world.
But for all those callous words, despite all those, there's nothing I don't love about you.
Ooh, you did it!
In fact, those things, I love those. Everything. Everything that's you.
For a long moment, she offers no response. Her grip on my hands merely tightens. Although, like, I mean, wasn't there, like, a better place to do this than, like, in the attic of the haunted mansion? I mean, like, that just feels like bad timing to me, honestly. Although my heart's pounding hard against my ears, I take a chance to look up. Like, Luke just walks in and is like, yo, Johannes, what's up? Or, like, Johannes wakes up and is like, yo. Slightly leaning away and giving her a cautious glance, more than ready to hear her rejection. Instead, I find her on the brink of tears, with an almost unreadable expression on her face. When she notices my eyes on hers, she hastily reaches up and wipes it with the back of her hands. To not keep them from falling in soon, they trail down her cheeks, despite her best attempts. To say this is a panic shooting right up at the base of my throat is a complete understatement. This isn't how I've expected this to go.
Hey, Belle, did I say something wrong?
Why would you? I don't even have anything.
What?
I don't have anything. I'm not rich. I live off instant noodles almost every day. I can't do anything properly without someone helping me. Except maybe if it's drawing, but that's beside the point.
Well, I mean, by process of elimination, you're best girl, so I mean...
I didn't even get to graduate, even if I was so close. I'm not even sure that scholarship will get me anywhere. And ever since I came here, in the 5 years you've known me, I've got us into all kinds of trouble. So why would you even say that? I'm not...
Maybe it's the moment itself that spurs me to it. The desperation. The fear of almost dying. And I've already said more than I'll usually allow myself. I might as well finish before I lose my nerve. No matter the reason, I reach out for her. Gently, so unlike the way she barged into our life so many years ago. The way she came in would leave a terrible impression on anyone, really, and yet it's possible, like, people like her that you don't easily forget. It's them that gradually worms their way into a person's life, till the very thought of losing them becomes unbearable. Isabella trails off once my palms brush against her tear-stained cheeks, but she neither pulls away nor pushes my hands off. Rather, she looks at me wide-eyed with another searching look. So, like, can we get on with, like, the whole, you know, we're in the mansion thing, you know? Only have one answer for
It
that.
doesn't matter. All of that is still you, and that's enough for me.
No promises, only truths. That's the only genuine thing I can offer at the moment. We don't even know what will happen, or if we'll ever survive this. So instead of words, I lean in, our foreheads briefly touching. Shouldn't that be, we'll even survive this? Because, I mean, ever survive. I mean, it makes sense, but even would be, you know, better. Before brushing my lips tenderly against hers. And then the ghost shows up right behind him. It's like, boo. Kiss is nothing intimate by any means. There's a brief second once her lips touch when she tenses, unsure. A long moment not knowing what to do with her hands, till she settles them on me. Slipping it out my arm in a light grip, afraid. Too afraid to make a mistake or hurt. But, like, you know, honest, this ghost chooses very convenient times to show up, honestly. Like, it's never during, like, you know, the character drama or anything. It's, you know, during times when, oh, hey, there's nothing going on. A ghost would be good to show up here. It's the closest we can come to it. Rather than giving out empty promises or grand proclamations, we have this. Instead of words, achievement unlocked. Something she soon understands as her shoulders ease and she permits me to draw her closer. So, I mean, like, you know, imagine if the scene just showed the rest of the room. We just see Johannes unconscious on the bed, handcuffed to it. Softly and gently. A short second of something allowing the world to melt away around us, and this is to roar above anything else. Like every little thing between us that's built up to this one single point in time. A moment that becomes ours and ours alone. Something to hold close until all this is over. We part later to the sounds of the world rushing back around us. Thunder, rain, and lightning. Isn't thunder is sound only? Isn't like lightning doesn't make a sound? Or is it the other? Or maybe I'm wrong about that? I'm not really for sure the distinction. I just thought thunder's loud, lightning you can see. All to remind us both of a reality we have to face. Anyway, let's check the journal. It's been doing that bug. Maybe it's just the newest patch kind of forgot to, you know. They took out the line of code that says when you open the journal, it resets back to the beginning. Yeah, we heard that. Enough to dampen the mood and force myself back to the worry I've temporarily forgotten. Yet when I glance back at Isabella, all she has for me is a small smile, bright and hopeful. It's strength enough. One that I try to draw from, and I rest my forehead against hers one last time, before leading us both out, her hand in mine. I assume we're at the convergence spot? Yeah. Power still hasn't come back, and we make our way downstairs. Tricky, considering the stairs to the attic are a bit old. One misstep and anyone might end up slipping and falling. You're lucky if that's all that'll happen to you. With the stairs this steep, a broken neck is a likely outcome. Thankfully, Isabella's here to guide me through the darkness. I mean, there's tons of windows. You know, with the lightning, you know. You should probably, like, the background probably should just be black. She knows this place better than anyone, after all. In spite of all the misfortunes that's brought us to us.
The floorboards over there aren't very sturdy.
I mean, the ghost probably knows the place better, but I mean, get out. Right on cue, the same board I'm stepping on creaks and suddenly breaks. Pieces falling somewhere with a dull thunk.
Oh, shit. Scumbag wouldn't be too happy about that. Ow, foot.
See? I told you so. You never listen to me.
They renovated the whole mansion. They can't even replace one tiny part of the house.
Why don't you file a complaint to BRC then? I'm sure they'd be thrilled to hear it. You know it was such a rush job.
Outside, the winds have intensified. Even from here, you can hear the guests batter the guests. Just like 50 people outside, banging on the windows, battering the window of the attic. Makes you wonder why up until now, the only people we've encountered from this house is the butler. Although to some degree that makes sense. He is in charge of running the place. Where are the other servants though? In this storm, wouldn't anyone want to stay inside? Likely assumption is they're all asleep. The route I've taken doesn't really pass by the rooms they've likely assigned as servants' quarters. However, they've also heightened security. I brushed it off earlier, thinking they'll be posted a lot closer to where the master's rooms are. The second floor is devoid of anyone as well. As if every inhabitant of this place has suddenly disappeared overnight. More importantly, where's that scumbag? I don't like this. I don't like this at all. The fact that we're here right in the freaking middle of it makes me all the more queasy. That feeling only escalates once we reach the landing and Isabella swings the door open. Hey, the kitchen. She pauses abruptly right in the doorway that I almost run into her. Look of confusion in her as she looks wildly around the place, wordlessly taking in her surroundings. With each turn and shift of her eyes, her shoulder only grows tenser. Look of apprehension slowly dawns on her.
Isabella, what are you...
We aren't supposed to be here.
Sure enough, when I look up, we're standing right in the kitchen. Pots, pans, and all. In one corner, Zack and Isabella watch us as we're surprised to see us. Oh, did the Shadow Realm activate its maze mode? Macola's also with them. Of course, she didn't listen to me even if I've already exceeded the 15 minutes we've agreed on. Although color and strength seems to have already returned to her, enough for her to be able to stand unassisted. An empty plate under the counter appears to have played a part in that. Good news, I guess. As for the other two, however, relieved as I am to see they've had the sense to wait and not venture deeper into the mansion, can't keep out roll my eyes at both of them.
Zach, I said 4 hours.
I know, but Isabella asked and... Come on, bro, you know I ain't a very good liar.
And it didn't even occur to you to stop her?
We all tried, all right? She was out the door before we could say anything.
And how did you guys even get in here?
All three of them exchange a look. One that I absolutely don't like. In the end, it's Isabella who speaks up, albeit with a bit of hesitation.
We heard someone scream, Ash. It led us here.
Oh, the good old Zachary method. Without warning, the door behind us slammed shut.
We need to get out of here.
Screw right. I need to get these people out of here. Luckily, we're in the kitchen, and we have two ways out. The back door and the cellar offers. So the hedge won't budge when I pull at it, neither does the back door. So something is locked it firmly on the other side. Zack also gives it a few tries, but even with the big guy's strength, it won't open. There's a long bout of silence in which we simply look at each other, likely sharing the same thoughts. We're trapped. Something or someone has intentionally led us here. Freak. In that same moment, once the realization dawns in, something shifts again. Blood. The idea of Asher just thinking freak will never not be funny to me. Hey, we made it further. Yeah, if I have time today, I'll make this one the finale. I shouldn't have to go for, like, the next 10-20 minutes. So, in every nook and cranny, over every surface, and in every inch of the floor. This time, unlike the first one I've seen, it remains and gradually, the whole room begins to reek of that familiar metallic scent. Sharp and suffocating. Around us, every object, including the cupboards, started to rattle as well. Sounds from outside, foreboding rumble of thunder, even the howling winds have begun to fade away, replaced by whispers, shouts, and cries of pain. Though inaudible, every beat and note bombards every crevice of my head with vague thoughts, images, and sounds. There's no time to make sense of everything, however. Marty shouting, fueled purely by adrenaline, barking orders making a break for the door that leads to the next room, the dining. She takes you straight to the foyer, where the main door is.
Move! Run!
Right in front of us, the mansion is starting to change, and we're in the thick of it. However, instead of the dining room, like it's supposed to open to, right, it's the Shadow Realm maze. It's like I don't know what to call this thing, but you know, like, when the camera is in the hallway, like there's doors in the hallway, and you just see the characters like run in one and they come out like another. It's like that. I think like Scooby-Doo does it. I think. I don't know where that originated from, but you guys know what I'm talking about. An image that lasts only about a second, before blood begins to seep into the room. Filtering into the walls, trickling from every nook and cranny, everywhere, furniture shakes and every beam rattles. Before we can even step back from the horror gradually unfolding in front of us, the door slams shut. Jump off the balcony. It's the second floor, I mean, you'll live. A loud thud bringing a sense of dread and chill creeping in each of us. Along with it is another realization. The whole place is reordering itself. With the door closed tight behind us, showing no signs of budging, even through sheer force. There's no choice but to go forward and hope to all gods that it'll lead us to an exit. Until then, running's the only thing we can do, spurred by nothing but fear and a sense of desperation to live.
It's useless, Ashton Frey.
How do they know my last name? With each room we pass, only becomes apparent that the house has no intention of letting us leave. It lured us here and we've fallen for it. Now it's playing a little game with us. Sordid form of amusement. For whom? Their laughters are the only thing we can hear. With every hall we cross and door we slide open, the hope of finding an exit merely dwindles. The gun on my hip is useless here. I'm useless here. Some freaking genius I am. Some freaking person to trust I am. All of those mean nothing in the face of the unknown.
You finally figured it out. Huh, Ashton Frey.
How do they know my last name?
Just give it up. All of them will eventually die because of you.
No, I mean, this everybody lives route. The only people who can die now are Ashton and Luke. What, can Luke even die? I don't know.
And you are going to die alone.
It's that one again. I hate that one.
Shut your fucking mouth.
You know it's true, though.
All of it.
It's why all you can do is tell us to shut up. You don't want to hear a single word, because you're already aware of it.
Oh, your progress is pretty
You
fast.
can't even admit it to yourself. Who's the coward now?
But no matter how hard you try, you're not gonna be able to save anyone.
The more gruesome the place turns, the bleaker our chances simply get. Wails and screams fill our ears as we pass by. Words from a time and people long gone, laced with nothing but pure agony, calling out, reaching out to us. Their voices almost too real, as if we're not the only ones trapped here. There are others begging for release from this wretched place. Maybe a show's just a show? A taste of what we'll eventually be. Souls forever held captive in a never-ending nightmare.
Mother. I've done it, Mother.
Is that Hannah?
Take me with you, please. I can still hear her. She's here. Help me! Help me, please!
Is this what the curse is? What it means for all of us? That the letter was not a morbid cry for help, but an invitation? A beckoning for unsuspecting souls to be dragged into this place's horrors, to be put under centuries and centuries of torment and agony? Suddenly, dying a painful death seems preferable, enticing than ending up here, living a tortured existence. Perhaps it's all the same? Still, hope warms its way into me, not a usual thing for someone like me. After going through the countless doors and corridors, every little sign of hope, I'm willing to cling to, as long as it'll get us out of here. We're back in the dining room again. How long have we been running? How long since we left the kitchen? At some point, I lost track of time. With the windows barred tight and sounds lifting in the air, nothing but shouts and shrieks, it's impossible to tell. Not that it matters when an end is in sight. Shelves and furnishings bar the door. Oh yeah, I remember this, and Luke's right on the other side. Each stained with blood and gore, that if the situation isn't as desperate as it is, I'll find a different way out. There's still a gap left at the topmost part of the for a person to go through, as long as you use the shelves to climb.
It's next it all right.
From here, I can spy the familiar walls of the foyer. Relief. Only relief washes over me. Though my legs have been strained taut by all that running, and every bone and muscle in my body ache, there's only an easing. A sense of tension relieving while energy back flows through me again at the start of an end. No sooner I'm leading us out of it. Zach helps Mikola first, assisting her up and through the gap before giving a hand to both Rebecca and Isabella. The moment the ladies are in, I nod for him to go through.
Go ahead. I'll watch your back.
Surprisingly, he does that without any protests. Not that there's any need to. Sometime after entering this room, the whole place has calmed down. No wails, no whispers. Just the silence too deafening. But I'm not letting my guard down until everyone's on the other side of this nightmare. Safe. For all I know, this may just be a calm before another storm. Without further incidents, however, Zach makes it to the other side and I'm following after him. However, odd this hushes, turn my back for a minute and climb up. It's a tight fit, but I managed to squeeze myself in, and we're free! We made it out of the bed! Okay? No unease remains, though. Maybe it's the adrenaline still coursing through me, or how easy everything has been after living through that nightmare. Fleeting as it is. But for some reason, something's still nagging at me. Call it a detective's instinct, or my training or whatnot. I have a feeling something's going to happen, catch us unprepared. Unconsciously, before dropping down on the better side of the stream, my hand shifts to the gun at my hip. Instinct has never failed me before. My feet haven't even landed firmly on the floor when...
Had I known there would be a party in my own home tonight, I would have opened a bloody bottle or two. People these days, in my own home. Can you believe it? I feel so left out.
A chill seeps into every vein in my body. All of a sudden, every ache, every pain returns to me tenfold, and my knees starting to buckle at the sound of his voice. Though it appears friendly, no it is anything but. One does not simply one does not spend investigating a man like him for over a year, holding a grudge against him for more, without knowing everything about him. His quirks, his habits, I'm familiar with all of them. And right now, Luke freaking Red is beyond mad. Shifting my gaze upwards is nearly too painful, knowing the danger. Not to me, but to those who have been lured in here by the curse. The handgun catches my eyes first, next to that smarmy smile on his face while he holds Mikola, Zach, Rebecca, and Isabella at gunpoint. It's sight, enough to lodge a painful thorn up my throat. I've been too complacent. Too focused on other things that I've completely... Astro looks like he's about to use high noon. Like, he has his ultimate ready. Completely set aside the fact that Scumbag will not be too pleased to see us here without knowing our reasons. But even with those, good intentions, curses, should be a comma, and ghostly apparitions aside, we're still trespassing in his home. The question is, if he's even aware that the whole of his household has somehow disappeared and he might be the only one here. Likely not. Freak. Even with people he knows among the crowd, there's a significant effort in him to not simply shoot everyone in sight.
And really, Daisy, even you, what would Kylie say?
Luke, this isn't what you're thinking. You have to listen to us. There's something going on here.
Well, obviously, why else would people be trespassing in my home? What about little Lily over there, then?
Lily?
What's your excuse? Checking back if your clients are doing okay? Is that it? Is this what this is?
I don't know who he's referring to here. We're doing good, by the way.
Sir, please.
Okay, it's Isabella.
Please, what?
Becca's right, sir. We need to get out of this place. You need to leave.
Not a good enough excuse, darling. You people are the ones who need to get out of my sight.
Oh yeah, they would, but you have a gun in your hand, so I mean...
Don't worry. I might consider pressing lighter charges for the woman.
That's sexist.
Can't say the same for the rest of you. But really now, I swear the people of this city need to be taught the meaning of privacy.
Of what? I made that joke last time, I am sure of it.
This is how you want to start the week. Why don't we just go with a bloody massacre if we want to surprise people in their homes, huh?
Casually, he waves a handgun at them, as if it's just a mere toy and his words are no threat. The safety's off on his, nothing stopping him from pushing through with his words. Call me... Where is the safety at on a gun exactly? Like, isn't it just like a little thing? Like, I've held a gun like once or twice, but I've never like... I don't know where the safety is. Call me paranoid, but at the slight gesture, I draw my own and level it at him, bringing around the trigger and ready to release the safety catch in case things go south. Okay, yeah. Having the new thing is bothersome, so let's get that out of here first. Yeah. He's quick to train his own on me, though. Just like that we're at a standstill.
Now, Feathers. Manners.
I mean, there's like 4 people right behind you that could, like, tackle you.
You're in no position to be pointing that gun at people.
And, like, Isabella still has the taser, presumably.
Why don't you put yours down first, and then we'll talk about
I don't know if tasers have more than one, like, it's not a bullet, it's like a tase.
Oh, he talked back. The gall. You know, your kind pisses me off so much.
Shooting him right now would be so worth it, with the way he stares at me like I'm a dang pest. But this is what I've come here for. Are we at the choice? I don't know if this is the choice. I'm not a murderer, as much as I loathe him. I'm not the kind who will kill people in cold blood for my own gain or amusement. The law will bring him what he deserves one of these days. At the moment, however, we're all in the same boat with this curse, and he needs to understand that. The longer we stand here, the more time we're wasting and losing, something we don't have much of. How can I convince him? Scum is so full of himself, first to hear the sound of his own voice more than those of the people around him, no matter how much sense they make. Probably the only way I can make him listen is if I beg. No way in heck that's happening. Okay, so this worked last time, although we are on a different... This choice is different from the last one we made. But I'll assume it works. My life's not the only one at risk here, however. There's Zach. There's Rebecca. There's Isabella. McCullough's here too, as well. We're all unknowing victims to this freaking curse. I'm in no position to pick who to save and who I simply let die. How much is... Okay. I suppose my pride can take a few hits. Set aside my beef with this guy. Taking a deep breath slowly, I lower my pistol. They'll still on the edge and not ready, in case he does something. Do my best to assume a less aggressive stance.
Listen, right. I need you to...
You broke into my house, and somehow, you expect me to listen like a good little boy. Are you a bit touched in the head, Feathers? I'm not the one breaking laws here.
Look here, fucker. If I wanted you dead, I could have done it so many times already.
Look here, freaker.
In fact, I can easily shoot you down right here, right now.
This is the highest form of humor.
And you won't be able to do a damn thing, even with that gun.
Suddenly he laughs, almost howling in fact. Like I've just told him the best joke he's heard all of his life. So is like Hannah gonna show up and she's like, oh, I baked food because she's not a ghost this time? The only thing missing is for him to keel over and start rolling around the floor. All while I do my best to sock him with the sorry end of my pistol.
You have guts, Feathers. You have guts. Did you hear what you just told me? You've just threatened me inside my own house. My own home. You know what I'm thinking right now? In another lifetime, we would have probably gotten along well.
But not this lifetime. Shoots him. He's right on that at least. Might have ended up like him. They don't have Professor Andrew, Rebecca, Zach, and Isabella. One mistake and it would have been too late for it. You know, I really want, like, a route where you could just max your friendship with Luke. And Ashton and Luke just become best friends. With his laughter rings, all the possibilities I could have lived would have never been given the choice. All because I have other people with me. People who care. A sobering realization. But not so much when suddenly, the chuckling stops. 2 hearts beats. He marches towards me, grabs my collar, and aims his gun right at my head.
Ashton! Luke, no!
Hey, now you two, I'm sure we can all talk about this first.
At this distance, a slight flick of that finger. Well, Mary is just like, hey, yeah, you know, normal Tuesday? Yeah, normal Tuesday. At this distance, a slight flick of that finger on the trigger will do more than kill me.
What is it that you people really want with me? This is the second time this week, and I'm really getting weary of this little game.
When was the first time?
Did the NCA send you to apprehend me, or has somebody paid you off to kill me? Which one is it, Feathers? Mind you, my arm's getting tired. Better answer quick if you don't want to beat the business end of this gun.
I keep my eyes trained on him, in spite of the huge threat he poses right now. Because if there's anything people like him, like us, prefer, it's honesty. You don't give that impression without keeping a solid eye contact.
I'm not with NCA. I'm just here to help. There's something else in this house, and we're all in danger. You have to believe me, right? You need to let us go. You need to get out of here before it's too late. If you want to keep your sorry ass alive, you'll listen to people with more brain cells than
you. Don't insult him!
Why, you insolent!
His finger moves, but I am prepared. My hand ready to reach up, disarm him, and knock him out. If I have to drag him out of this place unconscious, to keep him from suffering the fate of every person who has died here from this curse, so be it. However, before either of us can fire a shot or tackle the other to the ground, another voice echoes throughout the foyer. A small little thing compared to the storm raging outside. It rings above it, nevertheless, causing all of us to stop and turn. Ah! And the ghost. The ghost can choke people? Like, I mean, why not just, like, you know... Is that how the ghost kills people? They choke them? No, they claw their stomach out, right. The top of the staircase, Hannah Wright stands. The back behind his horse, that thing behind her, menacing, a running hand, wrapped firmly around her neck. She looks like death. Pale and shaky, eyes red with tears. We nearly don't hear her as she pleads.
Luke, help me. Please.
Outside, another streak of lightning flashes, then a clap of thunder ripples across the sky. So this whole thing can't get any more F-U-B-A-R than it already is. Fubar. Freaked up beyond any repair, I think? Luke. Okay, we made it! Let's read that last one. In spite of the danger Luke Wright posed at the moment, Ashton lowered his gun and assumed an imploring tone towards the man he hated. Amidst this tense air, a voice suddenly echoed in the foyer. There, at the top of the grand staircase, stood Hannah Wright. So, like, if Ashton dies, does Luke see the memory fragment for him? Because, like, he doesn't die until after Luke sees the memory fragment. So that's kind of, like, weird. Yeah, we've seen Luke's before. He's scared of what's happening, apparently. And it's a gross understatement to say so. Okay, the branching changes. Okay. We're on the second one now. I don't know what the difference between this is. Like, maybe Hannah's alive with Luke. Well, without Luke, with Luke. Hannah's a ghost. This one, and Hannah's dead. Maybe. I don't know how much we'll converge in this, but probably won't take more than like 5 episodes to get done with. Because I think their original took 6. And yeah, we at least converge at this point. So, I'll see you guys next time with some more of the letter. Bye.